Yo, what's up guys? Today here on Tutorial Game Vlogs. I usually don't make like quick response videos, but this is something I want to go ahead and bring up before people lose their shit, because people are going to lose their shit when they see the trailer. Funimation is doing two things related to One Piece actually this week. The first thing is they're doing this like One Piece live stream, essentially where one of the guys, I think the dude's name is Josh from Funimation, is essentially watching episode 1 to 206 in the course of like 4 days for the preparation of 207 airing on Toonami. Granted, he's not like, he's doing it kind of sort of straight, aka he's like I think tonight he's going to be watching until like 3 o'clock in the morning, and then he's going to sleep for 6 hours and then watch like 50 more episodes, sleep 50 more episodes, sleep 50 more episodes, sleep 50 more episodes. So if anyone is kind of behind, you can take that as a chance to just sit there and watch the damn episodes with him. I think currently the last time I checked, which was earlier tonight, he was at the end of the Buggy arc, so I'm betting he's either around Don Krieg or in the middle Usopp shit. Who the fuck is texting me? Oh, it's Z. Why is Z texting me? That's besides the point. The second part of this is Funimation also today released the trailer for Season 5 Part 1, which comes out in July. Yes, we're getting a smooth transition from Season 4 to Season 5. Thank you, Jesus! Now all I need you to do is go back and dub Kokoro no Chizu. Maybe do it for the Toonami broadcast. And I need Brand New World dub. Please let Brand New World be dubbed. I don't want to deal with this shit. They haven't even released the box set for Season 5, I don't think, yet. And watch after I finish this video, the box set is released. Anyways, they released the trailer, and the biggest controversy within that trailer is the ending of the trailer, because they try to throw in a lot of hype shit in the trailer. The end of the trailer is essentially Luffy doing Gear Second, which is what every One Piece fan, current One Piece fan, calls that move, or calls that new mode. I guess a mode change is what that technically, because Gear Second isn't a, it's not, I guess it's like, it's not even, I guess you would call it a power up transformation. We call it Gear Second because that's what we were used to. Most people who are into One Piece and are up to date to One Piece, you didn't do it through Funimation, you probably didn't do it through Viz, you probably did it through the scanlations and the fan subs, because there was no way, because Funimation didn't start simulcasting until 2009, and Viz was lagging behind in the manga until around 2009, 2010 anyway. So, yeah. So everyone knows that move is Gear Second. The controversy comes is because they call that move Second Gear in the dub. And I'm not gonna lie, JC, I was like you, I had that whole when I first heard it. And then I didn't even, now granted, I think where I'm at in the manga, I think I'm right before the whole, actually I've seen Gear Second, but I didn't look at it like that. So you reminded me that Gear Second in Viz's translation is called Gear 2, which sounds doofier. It's probably the least one I'm a fan of. But this is the three versions, these are the versions of this move we have. We have Gear Second, we have Second Gear, and we have Gear 2. To be perfectly honest, I think Second Gear is actually the correct translation for that move. And before people, I'm not saying people are going to call it Second Gear from now on. I'm pretty sure people are still going to call it Gear Second. But understand this, if anyone knows, in Japan, they do have the tendency of when they're talking or saying sentences or naming things, they have a tendency of saying the last word first and then the first word last. Like, especially if you hear, usually like if you're watching like a chilled out show or just a show in general where a character's talking to another character and he's saying that character's name, even if that character's name doesn't come until the end of the sentence, you'll usually hear that character's name first, and then you'll hear a whole bunch of Japanese gibberish, aka the first part of the sentence. So I'm thinking that's the reason why Luffy's, because even in the fan subs, yeah, he does say Gear Second, and in the scanlation translations he says Gear Second. But even when you watch the anime without subs, he's still saying Gear Second. He goes Gear Secondo. You know, that's not, at that point it's not a translation thing, that's him saying it. But I think the Japanese do that thing with their moves. Granted, you could make the argument that doesn't make sense because there are other moves in One Piece where they just say it straight out and it sounds the same way in English. But I think that might be the reason why they did that, is that it's supposed to be called second gear, but because of the way the Japanese say certain phrases, it translates into gear second. Even though technically, they're still saying the same thing as us. Also, if you think about it, gear second doesn't make sense in English anyway. I mean, yeah, it's the name of a move power-up, but I mean, just realistically, you don't say you have gear first, and then you have gear second. You say you have the first gear, and then you have the second gear. I think it's not supposed to be gear second, but because of the way the Japanese say things, it comes off, they say gear second, but what they really mean is second gear. AKA, you know, gear second, second gear are the same thing. So One Piece fans who grew up on kind of who pretty much, the ones that have been around since 2004, 2005, because remember, and I know this, I don't think this is going to be a smooth transition anyway, because you got to remember, these episodes, the episodes we're getting now came out like 8 to 6, somewhere between 6 to 8 years ago, because In This Lobby is like 2005, and fucking, In This Lobby is 2005, and Water 7 is 2004. Meaning it's been about 8 to 9 years since these episodes originally aired. AKA, it's been 8 to 9 years since you've been hearing the term or the phrase gear second. So it's not gonna be one of those inherent things that bothers me, because the only character you ever hear say it is Luffy. It's not like you hear Chopper go gear second, or you hear fucking Nami go, oh, he's using gear second, you know. Luffy's the only character who says it, so it's not going to bother me too much. Also, another thing, this could turn into the whole Sanji issue that happened at the beginning when they went back to Delta beginning during the All-On arc. For those who don't know, if you go back and watch the first box set DVD of Sanji versus Kurobi, they don't translate his attacks into French. They don't go from the Japanese to French, they go straight English. So when he's like, you know, when he pretty much goes ham on Kurobi, he doesn't say, you know, the French his French named attacks. He says the English attack, which technically even the fan subs that did this, where it'd be like your neck, your back, your ribs, chest, face. That's technically like his ending shot is, you know, mutton shot, but in English they just call it face shot. That's because technically it translates out to face shot. That's the whole thing. So it could be one of those cases, because now, you know, obviously they translate Sanji's attacks back, they just keep them French. This could be one of those situations where it's like, well, we're going to see it be used as second gear once, and they may change it. Then again, if I'm right about the whole Japanese backwards English bullshit, that's probably going to stick. But just for those who are annoyed and freaking out, it's not like it's not justified, but I'm not going to lie and tell you that I'm not kind of like, with it, because I've been saying gear second since 2004, 2005. So, yeah, that's not a fucking phrase which you can really just jump into. But I think for the most part it is justified. But I can understand that people don't like it, because I mean, you've been used to saying gear second since, as I said, for like 8 or 9 years. But just, other than that, the fucking trailer was beast of shit. Ironically, I haven't even finished Season 4, Part 5 yet. I am halfway through it. I've watched the first disc. I'm about to watch Sanji versus Wanze. By the way, also, just a side note, I know he said it's not as on the level of the Japanese version, but you liked it, JC. Dude, some of the dub voices beat the shit out of the English. Some of the dub voices beat the shit out of the Japanese voices, especially in Water 7. Like, I love Kaku's English voice. Lucci's English voice is beast. Wanze's English voice is beast. I'm not going to make the argument for Frankie. I'm very mixed. The only thing our Frankie is missing is the super ridiculousness. That's the only thing he's missing. But it's so fucking close. Also, I'm really looking forward to hearing Fukuro, Jabara, and Kumadori. Also, we gotta see how they're gonna do Monster Chopper, but let's go into this bullshit. I'm kind of fanboying now. Anyways, that's all I gotta say. Just leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section below. Which version of Gear Second do you like? Which one you think makes the most sense? and let me know. So, second gear, gear second, or gear 2. I'm sorry, gear 2 just sounds doofy. I don't know why. It's not bad. It just, if you, dub Brand New World, Kokoro no Jizu English. Alright, I'm done. Lost again for your boy Terrell. Peace!